Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Foundations. Today is Unit 9, Week 1, Lesson 4. We are not going to review our sounds today. We're going to get going because there's a lot we have to do. Let's review our R-controlled vowel sound cards. I'll say it, you repeat after me like Echo the Owl. A-R, car, R. O-R, horn, or. E-R, her, I-R, bird, You are burn, Good, boys and girls. We are still talking about vowel teams. Remember, when two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. So A-I, bait, A. Try it. A-I, bait, A. And A-Y says the same as A-I. So say A-Y, play, A. They both say A. We're going to talk about new vowel teams today too, but first we're talking about trick words. So on your board or on a piece of paper, I want you to write this word. S-A. S-A-Y, say. Write it 3 times. I will say your name. I will say the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, the tricky thing about say is when you add an S to the end of it, most of the time we want to say the word says. And when we're reading, I notice in my reading group, sometimes students will say, she says her name. And then they're like, oh, that doesn't make sense. And in their head, they correct themselves because the word is says. So we correct ourselves and we say, it's not says, it's says. So the 2 words I want you to write 3 times each are say. And every time you write it, I want you to say the word so it gets in your brain. And then write says 3 times. All right, if you need more time, pause the video. We're going to move on to reading our trick words, and we're only going to read Unit 8 and 9 today. So read them with me, please. Could, should, would, her, over, number. And let's try this one. Say, says. I'm going to actually pull down Unit 4. You, your, I, they, was, one, said. I wanted to get said because said is in the same family as said, say, and says. Those are all to use your mouth to say something. So those are all important trick words that you need to remember how to spell and how to read. Boys and girls, we're talking about new vowel teams today. We talked about AI and AY. We're going to add some new ones in today. But before I do, I want to remind you that all of the vowel teams we will learn today, they will say E. The mark means it's a long E. It's not E, it's E. E is a long vowel sound. So the first one we're going to look at, it's Mr. Slater's favorite car. E, Jeep, E. You say it. E, Jeep, E. Then EA's together and it makes that same exact sound. EA, eat, E. You try it. EA, eat, E. Nice job. And the last one that says the same thing is EY. EY, key, E. You try it. Nice job, boys and girls. So let's review. EE says E. EA says E. And EY says E. Okay, we have a word of the day. So either on your board or your octopus book, I want you to write the word act. 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 Act is a verb. And so act is a verb and it means to act something out. Sometimes people that are in plays, they might act out a part. We do a lot of readers' theaters here in first grade. Like yesterday, I had some people that had to act like mice and the goat. So acting out is something we do. So let's write the word act on our board. Act. It ends in a blend. And if you're at home, you can do it in your octopus book. Act. And my sentence today, I'm going to move myself up a little bit, is I will act out the part. What do I need at the end of my sentence, boys and girls? A period. Very good. Let's read it. I will act out the part. I'm going to put scoops in. I will act out the part. To mark up the sentence, we have our bonus L. We have a blend here. We also have a blend RT at the end. And look, AR, it's an R-controlled vowel. We have a blend right here. So boys and girls, if you need some more time, you may pause the video, but we are going to move on to review what a closed syllable is. Boys and girls, remember, a closed syllable has only one vowel. So we learned about those vowel teams today. Those cannot be closed syllables because they have two vowels working together. So a closed syllable only has one vowel. The vowel is followed by one or more consonants. It's like closed in. So the vowel sound is short too, so it cannot be a long vowel sound, and it's marked with a breve when we mark it up. So we're going to go on a little closed syllable hunt right now. We're going to read the word, we're going to mark the closed syllable, and we're going to exit out if it's not a closed syllable. So let's look at the first word. Read that first word, boys and girls. It is we. Now the first thing I notice is there is no consonant after the vowel. Do you see E as the last letter? So that means it cannot be a closed syllable. Next word, we have trim. So it is a closed syllable. You can do this on your board with me. Write the word trim, and then you're going to mark it up with the breve, and that means closed syllable. And then I put a little C. I usually put my C on the inside of the circle. You could put it below or above. There's also a blend, TR, in that word. Okay, next word, bite. Bite is a magic E word. So notice it doesn't end with a consonant. It actually ends with a vowel. One of the other rules of a closed syllable is it has to be a short vowel. And I is a long vowel. So I'm going to put an X across that. The next word is, ooh, look, I see some vowel teams right here. So the O and the A are working together to say foam, foam. And the one thing I know is that closed syllables have a short vowel. And O is not short. So I'm going to put an X across that one. Wept. There's a blend at the end. Notice that is a short vowel, boys and girls. So I'm going to put the breve above it. It is closed because what's at the end is just two consonants. So I'm going to close it in. It's a closed syllable. All right, boys and girls, the next word is look. We know that word. I always see the O's and I think of eyeballs looking at you. Look has two vowels, so it is not a closed syllable. How about un? One vowel, it is short, and it's followed by just a consonant. So yes, fun is a closed syllable. How about shrug? SHR is a consonant blend, and it has a short vowel. So yes, that fits the rule, and it ends with a consonant. So yes, it is a closed syllable. How about ale? Well, there's AI. A says A. Doesn't work. It's a long vowel, so we need a short vowel to make it a closed syllable. How about small? Wow, there's a lot to mark up in this one. We have a glued sound. We have a bonus L. We have a blend. We have a short A. And yes, it is a closed syllable. How about Jeep? Oh, there's a vowel team. So vowel teams tell me that it's a long vowel, right? And we cannot have a long vowel to be a closed syllable. So I'm going to put an X that does not fit. And the last word, net. Short vowel followed by a consonant. It works. And put the breve above for the short vowel. All right, boys and girls, excellent job on that. Today, your assignment is in your booklet. This is what your booklet looks like. It has the two kids on the front and it says Unit 9. Today, we are going to do pages 6 and 7. So here's page 6. This is a review of your vowel teams, EE, EA, EY, and EE. This is your word box at the top, boys and girls. We have to figure out what goes in each. Now, what I like to do with these, sometimes I get stumped and I'm not sure what a picture is, so I'll skip it and I'll cross out up in the box so that my choices become less and less. And then it makes it easier for me for the ones I don't know. But I'll tell you right here, this kettle, this is steam coming out of the kettle. The rest of them you should know. Okay? That's the first page you have to do. The second page is page 7, which is on the back of that page. Well, no, it's on the other page. I'm sorry, because it's a cut and paste. It is cutting and pasting the EA, EE, and EY words and putting them in the correct column, the vowel team words that we're talking about. Boys and girls, when you're done with those two, take a picture, send to your teacher. Have a super duper day. Bye.